Thank you very much. Welcome to Brand New World, a place of discovery. You are right here in our studio and in Johannesburg. And today I'm really excited to have one of my guests. We are going to discuss one of the most important issues in South Africa today, the land issue. And I have my guest today, a very powerful guest, and we want to discuss that issue. Thank you very much for coming, sir. I just want you to introduce yourself to our viewers before we get into business.
My name is Prince Mawela. I serve under the EFF. I am within the branch of 118 Malvern. Thank you very much for having me in this show.
You are welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Now, 1994, South Africa got democracy. And now we have a situation of a land which is now building our, on our headlines, in our news all over the world. Investors are uncomfortable. And some people believe that South Africa is about to fall. Other people are saying, no, the economy will collapse. The President of the United States has what to say. Many people are saying things about land. Now, I want to ask you, since 1994 until now, 24 years down the line, why the land issue today, after 24 years?
It's the high time. The new generation is here now.
It's the right time, the new generation is here?
Yes, okay. The new generation is here. 1994.
Yes.
We got this democracy through the government of the ANC.
Right.
The only democracy that I can say we got through the government of the ANC was a democracy to walk.
Right.
To walk and be free in the streets.
Okay.
But you can never say you've got democracy within your country and you don't own land. There's no democracy there. As far as you've got people who will come from different kind of countries, talking about whites now. Whites, they come here and they find this land. You understand? And they come and they developed it. Now it's the right time for them to leave and give us back what we rightfully own.
Why would you think the CODESA people who were negotiating the South African democracy, why they failed to negotiate the issue of land?
Because they are sellouts.
Because they are sellouts.
And they have betrayed us as South Africans.
Okay, can you explain how do they sell you out?
Remember, you can never have freedom if you don't have land. And you can never talk about democracy if you don't have land.
Yes.
Land is the only valuable thing that we can discuss at this time.
So you are saying land is the most important asset?
Important asset.
That each and individual person, country must have?
Yes.
So this is the reason why there's this mayhem issue?
Yes.
So what are you saying now with the people who are saying, no, if you touch the issue of land, the whole economy will collapse, sanctions will come all over? What is your position as the EFF?
Well, we believe that's an ideology for the whites. That ideology is coming with the whites. They believe that without them, we are nothing. They believe that they are the goddess of blacks. They believe that we should worship them. Anything that they invent, we should just fall into whatsoever that they have invented. It's not like that. It can never be like that. Now things have changed. This is 24 years later. Now things have changed. You've got the young ones upcoming. People have to know the truth. We cannot be controlled by the government that does not even rule us here in South Africa. The government that is in Europe, the government that is in the USA. Like what Donald Trump is saying is absolutely rubbish, nonsense. He has no right, the audacity to go out there and intervene about something that does not involve him.
So now perhaps they are saying we are in a global village whereby we work together. South Africa cannot work in isolation. Don't you think perhaps they are trying to protect South Africa from collapsing in terms of economy?
There is no way we will collapse. No. There is no way we will collapse. We have all the mineral resources. You can never collapse if you've got all the mineral resources. We've got land. You can never collapse when you've got land. That's one of the main reasons why they left wherever they came from with ships and boats, and they landed here, because of they knew that these people, they've got everything that can take them from this position and put them into this position.
Now, there is a perception that among black South Africans, or black people in particular, are not properly trained to use the land. What is your position as the EFF? What are you going to do to make this land productive as it is now?
Well, the EFF is planning on inventing skills.
All right.
Skills, we give knowledge, and we'll also give practical to our people.
Right.
As we talk right now, as we speak right now,
Yeah.
there are people on the land who are farming somewhere. Who are those people? Is it a white man who is farming? You can never see a white man bending, going down, digging. It's a black person who will always be doing that. If you bring a black man will be able to identify that this soil is good for farming or not.
Right.
You understand? Whites know only how to manage office work, HR work, office work. That's the only thing they can do, to release invoices and then to do marketing for the products. You understand? Of which is even blacks can fall into that if we give them the education that they deserve.
So if you take the land, how are you going to distribute it to make sure that those individual people you are fighting for are really, getting the portion of the land? The reason why I'm asking this question, we do have countries, for example in Zimbabwe, whereby people, they seize the land, but at the end of the day, the really people supposed to get the land did not get it. It was get by the so-called, the big himans in the government. How are you going to do it as the EFF to make sure that every ordinary South Africans benefit from this land expropriation that you are talking about?
Number one, the South African government must take land. Land must belong to the government.
So you are saying land must belong to the government?
Land must belong to the government.
Why?
Government must own land.
Okay.
Government must distribute land accordingly to its own people. There are people who are not from here. When I say people who are not from, I'm not talking about any black African.
Right.
Any black African who is here in South Africa deserves, he has got all the rights to be here because this is their land.
Africa.
You understand?
How about the borders?
The artificial borders imposed by the white capitalist monopolist government.
Okay.
Are you talking about those borders?
Yes, that's what I'm talking
I'm a foreigner here in Joburg.
Why are you saying so?
I'm a foreigner here in Joburg, and I will always be a foreigner here within the borders of South Africa.
Right.
You
Take us a little bit further.
you cannot tell me that I should pay money while I'm going to Limpopo on the same road that I use my tax-paying money to make sure that it is well maintained by the government. You understand?
Right.
There's a lot of Africans out there who are supporting this movement of the e-tolls. A lot of Africans out there who are supporting this movement of, no, when you grab land, people will suffer. We won't suffer. We're not going to suffer. When I go to Limpopo, I pay a toll gate. For what? Because of the road is mine.
Right. Right.
So I must pay to move in my own land. That's what the white people are telling me to do. No, that cannot be done that way.
Right.
It's impossible. And now when you touch the issue of Zimbabwe, I just want to come in a little bit. Yes. Zimbabwe is one of the richest countries we have in Africa.
Okay.
Something that you should know. Zimbabwe, when it was still Rhodesia,
Yes.
fed not only South Africa,
Right.
but other African countries. What killed Zimbabwe is that they had leaders who were fighting for their democracy, for their freedom, but not knowing that these people are doing it because of the greediness.
Right.
They are full of greediness inside them. So whatever that they believe that it benefits at the end of the day, it should be kept to them. For example, the old man, Gabriel himself, Mugabe, he stayed there 30 years plus.
37 years.
37 years plus. 37 years plus. And he has done nothing, absolutely nothing. But all he could do was to use his so-called education from I don't know where to come and steal from our black people.
So
using greediness.
Don't you think that perhaps South Africans may feel the same, that South Africa is now going the Zimbabwean way, whereby the so-called leaders, who are talking, when the land comes, they end up distributing to themselves?
Give me the number of South Africans who own land here in South Africa. then give me the number of, the percentage of the people who are renting who are South Africans within the borders of South Africa.
Okay, is it the matter of getting the land, or is the matter of getting the land productive?
No, when you get the land, there are a lot of things you can do with your land.
Okay.
You can build,
Right.
you can do farming, you can build your business there, you can live with your family, you can sell it, get money, do something that can help you to go and do something that will assist the young ones in the future.
Okay, as the EFF, when you say you want to take the land, which land are you referring to? Are you referring the urban area land? Are you referring the commercial land? Are you referring which land is specific?
Anyone who came here with a boat, I am talking about the white people.
Right.
Anyone who came here with a boat, there's no white man who was born in Africa. They are lying. They all came through Cape Town. They all came through wheresoever, where there's a sea, with ships, and they made us to be their slaves.
Right.
You understand? I don't believe that anything that comes from a white man can build. It makes black people to turn against each other's back. You understand?
Right.
I don't know maybe if I answered your question correctly.
Yeah, of course, you are getting there. Now, so when you talk about land, here, are you referring to whites or black, or as you say, the land should be owned by the government? How do you want the government own the land, and how do you want this land to be distributed? As the EFF, you guys, do you have contingent plans that you are in place?
We do have plans on how we'll distribute land.
You do have the plan?
We do have plans, and the EFF is intending to implement this plan, and this plan will make everyone actually to be happy within the borders of South Africa. This is what Africans want.
Now, the ANC, they are saying there are no land grabs. This is part of their policy, which the President of the Republic of South Africa aired in the parliament, that we will never grab the land. They will be expropriated accordingly and with a fairness to everybody.
He is talking because of his being controlled.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a remote that is controlling him from England.
All right.
Yeah, he's a capitalist. He doesn't know anything about politics. He's a businessman who ran away from politics because of he knew that he can never stand for this. Ramaphosa is not a politician. He is a businessman. He doesn't know anything about politics.
Right.
So whatever that he says, we believe that the white government is got something that is to do with his brain. They always put some white, I don't know how to put this word, white things in his head. So whatever that he does, he puts white people at first. He doesn't put black people at first.
So now there is a confusion here. Who started this issue of land expropriation? Is it the EFF or is the African National Congress?
African National Congress doesn't know. African National Congress doesn't know anything about land. They could have given us land long time ago if they knew about land.
Okay.
Remember when the EFF was born, we came and things started shaking up. So each and every single issue that we touch base on, it has to do with the ANC. And anything that involves the ANC, there is corruption in there. Yeah, if you can go back and look at the high profiles of all these big politicians here in South Africa, including Ramaphosa, they own farms, they own big farms, and some of those farms are empty.
Okay, so can we say the DA, they are saying no land grabs. In fact, they are unbelievers in what the ANC and the EFF you are talking about, the land. They don't believe that. What is your position?
We don't care about what the DA believes.
Right.
What we care about is that the DA have to understand that we are here now and we are here to change things.
And DA believe that people should acquire the land at their own right.
No.
Not seizing the
no.
land.
Land,
the
no.
land from someone.
No. Remember, no one is grabbing any land. We are just going to give you terms and conditions of the land.
The Fox News once, some few days ago, weeks ago, from the United States of America, they brought up something that were not verified anywhere, where they were claiming to say in South Africa, there are murderers of white South Africans, and also, the president is seizing the land, all these kind of...
Black genocide.
Black genocide, white genocide they call it. what was your response? This is now Trump has to respond and instructed this.
Blacks are being killed in America. Yeah. Blacks are being killed every day in America. And the government of America has nothing, they are not even entertaining the issue. When a black man dies, no one entertains the issue.
Right.
But white people believe that taking a gun and shooting at a black man is the right thing. But shoot a white man now, you will see where you'll end up.
Is this the problem you think you as EFF that the response for the what the United States, the president, when he responded, he did not respond well?
Donald Trump doesn't know anything about Africa.
Okay.
Donald Trump, he doesn't know anything about Africa. He is just talking because he feels like he's got power. He doesn't have power. We know that the media from the international media favors him. They can say whatever that is in his favor to demolish the black majority image.
Don't you think that perhaps as the first world, they might have a very good idea for South Africa?
No, there's no idea. There's no idea. There's no idea that they can bring here in our land that can help us to get where we want to get in the next coming 10 years.
So you think they are not solving the problem?
They are not. They are not solving the. As a matter of fact, it is not their problem. It is not their problem, and it never been their problem before. So they are just intervening into something that has nothing to do with them.
Okay.
They are chacharach.
Okay. So tell me, who really owns South Africa?
Blacks.
Blacks.
Yes.
Okay.
But we are captured. Remember, remember that South Africa was captured by the Guptas not so long ago. And now Petit Mtsipe wanted to still do the same thing. The person who I can say that controls South Africa is the person who's controlling the president, of which is that queen who is sitting there.
Okay.
He's the one who's got the remotes. Henceforth, he is not taking it slightly. He knows even himself that giving back the land, some of the white people can go back, of which is we don't care. How many black people work in white companies today, but they are still treated unfairly? So there's nothing to beg from those people.
Majority of the people think that you, EFF, you are just making a lot of noise. Do you believe that?
We don't make noise. We give results.
You give results.
Yes, whatever noise we make out there, it is for the benefit of all the South Africans.
Maybe one wants to ask, what have you done with your leader, Julius Malema? What can you pinpoint that this is what we have done as the EFF to South Africans?
Well, the EFF is the EFF has produced a lot of babies that are not just helping South Africans to grow, but they are also there to guide and show us through the right path. We have built some houses in other provinces like Natal, opposite the former president's house, Zuma in Nkandla. We've built houses. We have assisted a lot of people also in Limpopo, province to province. We've got a national office that is in Braamfontein. The national office gets to take everything responsibly because of all the people who come to the national office. They will be coming with different kind of stories to say, this is what I want assistance there, I want assistance there. You understand? We've done a lot, we've initiated programs that are working today.
Okay. There is this, can I call it boasting or maybe talking through the corridors of EFF that you are, unearthing corruption within the ANC. Is it true?
No, there's something you need to understand.
Yes.
The ANC is the mother and the father of corruption in South Africa.
Okay, you think so?
I don't think so, I know so.
Okay.
The ANC is the mother and father of corruption in within the borders of South Africa.
Right.
They build corruption and they know how to demolish that corruption. They can plot against each other. They know how,
of corruption
yes, they plot against each other. They know how to destroy each other and they know how to destroy lives out there. The ANC have never done anything at all, anything at all that I can say that this has benefited the South African youth, no, shall I say, anyone who lives within the borders of South Africa. Because whatever program that they initiate, someone has to eat from it. Someone was throwing a party for 20 million, and there's someone who doesn't have a toilet somewhere in Eastern Cape. There's someone somewhere in Limpopo, KZN, doesn't even have a chair to sit in the classroom to say, this is what I can do, even a chalkboard. They don't have such things, but the ANC is still in power. All they know is to keep everything to themselves.
So how do land expropriation help the poverty that you are talking about?
There are people who are suffering. There are people who don't.
Is it because of lack of land or it's lack of job or creativity?
When you've got land, you can create anything you want.
Okay.
This is your space. Like I said before, there are people who can farm and sell their own products.
Right.
But where can they do the farming
Right.
if you don't have land?
All right.
There are people today who want to build their own houses. But where are they going to build those houses if there's no land?
Right.
Land creates jobs.
Okay.
So when you've got land, you've got more opportunities to have jobs.
Okay.
And if we will allow the American system, the European system, whatsoever system that is not from here in South Africa to intervene, I am telling you, lives of people will never get better and better at any time. It will never get better. Things will get to be worse. Because today, as we speak, here in South Africa, we've got a very big challenge of hijacking of properties.
Right.
People are going around hijacking properties because of people are landless. Do you understand?
I understand.
People, they don't have places where they can go and just see that this is a very beautiful land where I can build my shack and live here. And then I can do vegetables on the side. I can open a spaza shop here. South Africans are suffering, and this is very bad. Very bad.
So finally, the land expropriation may be without compensation. Why maybe some people are sitting up there and saying, okay, you want to expropriate the land and you cannot pay for that land. I'm sure this is a thorn in the flesh to those people who are owning land in South Africa. What is your position in terms of compensation?
How did they get that land? That's the first question. Yeah, for them to have the land to end up landing in their hands. How did they get that land?
Perhaps they
Was the land taken in a right way or in the other side, the negative way? Was it taken? No, they did not come here and negotiate with us. They came here with guns and they made us their slaves and they took our land. They took cows, they took goats, they took sheep, they took everything. So why should we negotiate for something that belongs to us? No, they must go to hell, those people.
So you believe there is no need to compensate them?
No, we cannot. Why must we compensate while we were never compensated when they were taking it?
But the point, maybe someone might say, I've developed the land. Can't
So
you
what?
perhaps-
So what? How did you get that land? Why must you come and develop something that is not yours? Who gave you the right to come and just develop something that does not belong to you? Why must you just go around, okay, all right, I see this land, I will develop it because I'm a white man, I've got money, I've got resources. No, they must go to hell, those people. They must go to hell, those people.
So you are saying there's no compensation?
No, we don't compensate them. We don't give anyone anything for our land. As far as they came here with their boats and come here and they find our land clean. We had Shaka Zulu before Mandela.
Yeah.
We had leaders before leaders that we have today. And those leaders also fought for this land. But they were assassinated, some of them, because of the same issue of land. We know that the media will always protect the ANC when it comes to the land issue because the ANC owns media.
Right. Okay?
It's like the albino man, Donald Trump. We know that he is controlling media. Media must do as he says. No, it mustn't work like that. Blacks don't own anything in Africa. Blacks don't own anything in Africa.
Now, someone might say, you talk black won't own anything in Africa. I still have to refer you to your neighboring states, Zimbabwe, for example. People are owning land, but they are still poor. Why? One may ask that question.
Like I told you from the beginning, what killed people in Zimbabwe was that one man had to grab everything for himself. The currency had to go down. Now they are using a borrow. That's not their currency. They had to go and borrow the currency for them to survive and for them to live. The man had the opportunity to educate people and to teach them about farming, to give them resources, tractors, and everything that would help them to utilize the land.
Right.
You understand? But instead of the man to do that, he could not do that. He saw everything in front of him. You know how black people are. When you see something that you've never seen before, you just want to go for it. You don't even know the concept. You don't even understand what's going on there. You understand?
Don't you think they did the same mistake, perhaps everybody saying that South Africa you're about to do?
No. In South Africa, we are going to do things differently.
Okay.
The land, it is going to be taken from those who did not get it the rightful way.
Without negotiation?
We don't negotiate. No, we can't negotiate
No
for
compensation?
No, take something that belongs to me, you will see. I don't negotiate. I will come and tell you straight, I am taking, and wheresoever you will go, you will never find anyone who will assist you.
Now, are you guys not afraid of the sanctions that is being spoken about?
Which sanctions?
The UK, the Westerners, and all those
EU.
people are threatening sanction that South Africa, if you do that, we will sanction you, and there will be a problem in the country in terms of poverty and...
We have been hearing that. We are not afraid of them.
Okay.
Let them bring those sanctions. We have been waiting for years and years
For those
sanctions. Okay. Let them bring those sanctions and see if our people will not leave.
Okay.
Yes. Bring those sanctions here and let's see if our people will not leave. You came here, you find our land. This is our land. This is something that we've got. Here in Africa, we've got diamond, we've got gold, we've got petrol, we've got oil, we've got everything. But we can never say, this is a factory where everything that we are collecting here is being refined. You go and buy a ring in American Swiss. For how much? Where is that stone coming from? Why can't we refine it here? Here in South Africa.
Okay. All right.
So
that is the position of the EFF. They are saying the land will be grabbed without compensation and the land will be taken without negotiations. That is their position. And they believe the land belongs to the government.
Yes.
And they believe they have a way to expropriate the land without a compensation to make sure the poor people in South Africa benefit from it. That is the position of the EFF. Thank you very much for watching. Please follow us. We still have a program, and we are going to talk much more and engage you as a South African. And all African people and around the world, we want you to engage us. Thank you very much for coming to our show and your time.